Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brother and sister, welcome back to Islamic Notes channel. From worldly wealth to the light of Islam, the journey of a Spanish billionaire. In the heart of Madrid, Spain, there is a man whose name is known in the business world as a symbol of success. Alejandro Vargas, a real estate and technology entrepreneur, is one of the most influential billionaires in Europe. However, who would have thought that behind the glittering world that he has, there is an emptiness that continues to accompany his steps. His life journey is not only about conquering the financial world, but also finding the truth that he has been looking for. Alejandro is a name that is very well known in the European business world. As a billionaire from Spain, he has built his business empire from scratch. With assets spread across various sectors, such as property, technology, and banking, he is considered one of the most influential figures in the world of finance. However, behind the material success he has achieved, Alejandro feels that there is an emptiness in his life that cannot be filled with worldly wealth or achievements. His spiritual search takes him on a journey that changes everything. However, like many other successful people, his life is full of moments of reflection that change the direction of his journey. One of the most influential moments in his life. Origin and early life. Alejandro was born into a wealthy family in Barcelona. His father was a successful property businessman, while his mother was of Spanish nobility. From an early age, he was taught the values of hard work, ambition, and the importance of material success. His schooling was filled with the best education, from Europe to the United States, making him a man with broad insights and sharp thinking. However, with all that he had, Alejandro always felt that something was missing in his life. He tried to fill the void in various ways: luxurious parties, traveling to various parts of the world, and studying various philosophies. However, all of that was not enough to give him true peace. Childhood and early life. Alejandro was born in Madrid to a devout Catholic family. From an early age, he was educated in the Christian tradition, often attending Mass and undergoing religious education at a prestigious private school. However, as he grew older and became more involved in the business world, Alejandro began to feel that something was missing in his life. A life of luxury and achievement was not able to provide the inner peace he was looking for. Childhood and education. Since childhood, Alejandro was known as an intelligent and curious child. He often helped his father in the grocery store after school, while listening to business stories from customers and traders who stopped by. His mother, who emphasized the importance of education, always encouraged Alejandro to read books and explore knowledge. His interest in the business world began to emerge when he was still in high school. He often thought about how to increase the profits of his family's small shop. At the age of 15, Alejandro tried to run a small business by selling local products to tourists who visited his village. His insight and intelligence in reading the market made him succeed in collecting enough savings to continue his education to a higher level. Academic journey and early career. After finishing high school, Alejandro received a scholarship to study at the Complutense University of Madrid, one of the best universities in Spain. He chose to major in business administration and finance. During his studies, he not only focused on academics, but was also active in various organizations and entrepreneurial projects. He once ran a small e-commerce startup with his friends, which, although it didn't last long, taught him many valuable lessons. After graduating cum laude, Alejandro received job offers from several large companies in Madrid. However, he chose to work at an investment company that focused on technology and startup businesses. It was there that he learned how to manage investments, read global business trends, and build networks with successful entrepreneurs. First steps to success. At the age of 28, Alejandro decided to start his own company. With the capital he collected from his work and several small investors, he launched a financial technology platform that aimed to help small and medium businesses gain easier access to capital. His innovation was warmly welcomed, and within a few years, his company grew rapidly to become one of the largest fintech companies in Europe. Alejandro's success not only made him a billionaire, but also a philanthropist who cares about education and the development of small businesses in Spain. He founded a foundation that provides scholarships for underprivileged children and business training programs for budding entrepreneurs. The search for the meaning of life. Alejandro's success continued to grow. He owned properties all over the world, a private jet, and every luxury imaginable. However, in the midst of his busy schedule attending business meetings and enjoying a high-class lifestyle, he began to wonder about the meaning of life. What was the purpose of all this? Why did he still feel empty despite having everything? One of the turning points in his life occurred when he visited Dubai for a business conference. There he met a Middle Eastern business partner who was very religious but still successful in the business world. Their conversations often touched on spiritual aspects, something he rarely encountered in his social circle. The beginning of the journey to Islam. Everything changed when he went on a business trip to Dubai. There he met a Turkish business partner who had a unique habit. Every time it was time for prayer, his partner would stop all his activities and immediately pray. Alejandro, who initially thought this was just a normal routine, gradually became curious. How could someone be so disciplined and submit to something that was invisible? His curiosity led him to various discussions about Islam. He began reading the Quran in Spanish translation and discovered many things he had never imagined before. The concepts of monotheism, justice, and life after death caught his attention. He also studied the history of Islam, especially how the religion developed in Andalusia, his ancestral homeland, encounter with Islam. Curious about the teachings of Islam, Alejandro began reading books about the religion. He also often discussed it with his Muslim friends and even attended several Islamic studies in secret. One of the most memorable moments in his memory was when he first heard the call to prayer in a mosque in Istanbul. The sound touched his heart in a way he could not explain. Alejandro then began to study the Quran and Hadith more seriously. He was amazed by the simplicity and depth of Islamic teachings, especially the concept of monotheism, the oneness of God, which he found very logical and reasonable. He also began to understand that Islam is not just a religion, but also a way of life that regulates all aspects of life with extraordinary balance. Decision to convert to Islam. After years of searching, Alejandro finally felt ready to take the big step. He decided to pronounce the Shahada in a small mosque in Barcelona, accompanied by several Muslim friends. His decision surprised many people, including his family. Some accepted it well, while others found it difficult to understand the change. However, Alejandro remained steadfast in his faith. He began living a life of Muslim devotion, praying 5 times a day, fasting during Ramadan, and trying to do more charity. One of the big steps he took after converting to Islam was to allocate most of his wealth to philanthropy. He founded a foundation that focuses on education, humanitarian aid, and building mosques in various countries. The beginning of the journey to enlightenment. Alejandro began his career as a young entrepreneur in the technology sector. With his intelligence and courage, he managed to create a startup company that eventually grew into one of the largest conglomerates in Europe. However, behind his success, he felt an inexplicable emptiness. He was increasingly immersed in the hustle and bustle of business, attending meetings and chasing ever-increasing profit figures. But one day, an unexpected event changed everything. The event that changed his life. One night, Alejandro had a major panic attack in his office after closing a multi-billion euro business deal. He felt suffocated, as if the world was crumbling around him. He was rushed to the hospital and doctors told him that he was suffering from extreme fatigue due to excessive work pressure. During his recovery, Alejandro began to reflect on his life. He began to realize that despite having everything, money, power, and influence, he felt empty. He spent his time reading books on philosophy and spirituality, talking to great thinkers, and searching for a deeper meaning to his success. The big decision that changed everything. After much reflection, Alejandro made a big decision that shocked the business world. He decided to divert the majority of his wealth to philanthropic projects focused on education, innovation, and environmental sustainability. He gave up most of his control over the company he built and instead created a foundation that aims to help future generations gain access to quality education and green technology. The decision was met with mixed reactions from his business peers. Some thought he was crazy, while others admired him. However, Alejandro was undeterred. He felt that this was his true purpose in life, using his wealth to make a positive impact on the world. Legacy and inspiration. Today, Alejandro is known not just as a billionaire, but as a philanthropist and visionary leader. The foundation he founded has helped thousands of children get an education, funded groundbreaking research, and supported sustainability projects around the world. He proved that true success is not just about the accumulation of wealth, but about how one can use one's wealth to create meaningful change. A moment of insight and a big decision. Alejandro's journey to Islam deepened when he visited the great Mosque of Cordoba. There he felt an incredible sense of calm, as if he had found something that had been missing in his life. This feeling reached its peak when he met a cleric who explained to him the meaning of life and true happiness in Islam. After much reflection and prayer, Alejandro finally made a major decision in his life. He pronounced the Shahada before an imam in Madrid, witnessed by his new friends in the Muslim community. He chose the Islamic name Ali Faris as a symbol of his new journey. Impact and further journey. Alejandro's conversion to Islam not only changed him personally, but also the way he ran his business. He began implementing Islamic financial principles in his company, such as avoiding usury and ensuring that all investments made were halal. This approach turned out to not only bring blessings to his life, but also make his business grow sustainably. Currently, Alejandro actively shares his journey with various Muslim communities around the world. He hopes that his story can inspire others who are searching for meaning in their lives. For him, Islam is the answer to all the questions he has been looking for. Through this meaningful journey, Alejandro has found true happiness, not in worldly possessions or achievements, but in his closeness to Allah. His journey to Islam is proof that anyone, regardless of their background or social status, can find the light of truth if they truly seek it with a sincere heart. Impact in life after converting to Islam. Alejandro's decision, or now Ali Faras, to embrace Islam was not without challenges. Many of his business partners and family questioned his decision. However, with determination, he continued to live his life according to Islamic teachings. He started running his business with the principles of honesty and justice and became more involved in social activities to help the less fortunate. Today, Ali Faras is not only known as a billionaire, but also as a philanthropist who has contributed to many humanitarian projects. He founded various educational and charitable institutions and is active in introducing Islam to the Spanish people. Spiritual and personal impact. Converting to Islam brought about profound changes in Ali Faras' spiritual life. He began to practice daily worship, such as praying 5 times a day, fasting during Ramadan, and deepening his understanding of the Quran and Hadith. These practices gave him inner peace and a clearer purpose in life. In addition, he also began to adopt Islamic values in his daily life, such as honesty, humility, and caring for others. Transformation in the business world. As a successful businessman, Ali Faras realized that Islamic principles could be applied in the business world. He began to implement Islamic economic concepts such as the prohibition of usury, interest, fair transactions, and corporate social responsibility. Ali Faras is also committed to ensuring that his business operates in accordance with Islamic ethics, prioritizes employee welfare, and contributes positively to society. Social contribution and philanthropy. After embracing Islam, Ali Faras was increasingly motivated to contribute to social and philanthropic activities. He founded various charities that focus on education, health, and economic empowerment for underprivileged communities. Ali Faras believes that the wealth he has is a mandate from Allah that must be used for the good of the people. Through these initiatives, he hopes to help reduce social inequality and improve the quality of life of the community. Challenges and support. Ali Faras' change of faith was certainly not without challenges. He faced various reactions from family, friends, and business partners. However, with determination and commitment to the teachings of Islam, he was able to overcome these obstacles. In addition, the local Muslim community provided moral and spiritual support that helped him in the process of adaptation and growth of faith. Ali Faras' journey to Islam is an inspiring example of how spiritual search can bring positive changes in various aspects of life. From personal transformation to social contribution, Ali Faras' decision to embrace Islam has given him a deeper meaning in life and the opportunity to contribute more to society. Ali Farah's journey is proof that true happiness lies not in wealth, but in the inner peace found in truth. Islam taught him that life is not just about accumulating wealth, but also about sharing, loving others, and seeking Allah's pleasure. From a billionaire who felt empty, he is now a Muslim who has found true meaning in his life.